this is going to be a busy week. You're going to see all kinds of stuff being done on Martians Attacks SNG. We've got half the movie done now, and it's time to get to the stuff with the Martian and the spaceship. So that's what we're going to be working on this week. We will get back to the Enterprise next week, and you're going to see more on that. But let's get going. Let's start this week. I'm excited. Continuing on here with Martians Attacks props and models and other things that we're doing, we have to make a bunch of parts to do a montage sequence that will show the actual construction in a montage where I act like a mad scientist constructing the transmographer. Let's go. So to make this look like I started to build this, I've gone back over this and traced it. Since I don't have the original templates that I use, I kind of did it all freehand. So I traced around that, and I'm going to cut these out. So these parts are cut out, they're sanded, they're pretty smooth, and what I'm going to do now is take this brass metallic from Krylon. You gotta love Krylon paint, it's great out of a can, and paint these brass colored. And they can dry till tomorrow, and I'll be able to make the other parts, which are a bunch of brass pieces and some electronics, and I'm going to have to make up some more of these gauges, which thankfully I still have all the stuff to make, and so I can make up those and stuff, and have this stuff all spread out on my my workspace, working on it with lights blinking and things sparking and all that kind of cool stuff. This is fun. I love doing this part. And so here we go. I got some nice parts that very well replicate what was going on there, and painted on both sides, and they do look like brass. They really do, complete with scratches and everything. So I think that's going to work out really well. That's the base for starting this. So next up is to cut a bunch of brass, cut some springs, make some gauges up really quick, and make some electronic stuff as well. And see, that's right, just to prove it, I really was making curry while Mary was over here talking to you in that great thread about, well, what was it about, Mary? Originally it was, originally it was about, oh, that's right, doing original and new creative content, exciting stuff about man's conquest of space. Not this alien stuff and ships blowing up and everything, but you know, that stuff's great. I enjoy it too, but yes, you said Interstellar. You kept saying Interstellar over and again. Like Interstellar, like Interstellar. That's exactly correct, and that's exactly what we're talking about. But the thread's gotten so much into why you should or shouldn't work for free that I kind of forgot that. And here it is, the curry. Every Sunday, I make curry for both of us to have. It's sort of a tradition, and now it's cooked for a few hours and it's getting that lovely color to it. I can't wait. So see, Steve the cooking show. That's it. This is SNK. Actually, it's Mary's kitchen. She just lets me live here. Well, here we go with more behind the scenes, the madness behind Martians Attacks SNG. And I needed a montage sequence to break between where I look at the camera and say, that is what we do, to kind of a darkness, and then we come up and we see the device actually being built. And of course, you know, I've made a bunch of extra parts and stuff to simulate that, and I've made some of the gauges and found some discarded electronics, and why it's not working right now, I don't know. But it was blinking and stuff a while ago. I might have fried it. Wouldn't surprise me. And we shot a whole bunch of different shots over my shoulder, my face sweating, me acting very maniacal, and we never showed back behind there because that's where all the equipment's supposed to be. And it really sold very, very well. And of course, this is what I was working on over the weekend to get ready for today. So we actually have that shot now, which is really, really cool. So, and I've cut it in, and now I've realized, well, I could use something else. So I'm gonna do that now. Well, I just got something in the mail that's pretty neat, and it came from Gregory Chick, and what it is an interview he did with me about working with Larry Cohen. Now, how I first worked on this movie, and it's called God Told Me To, was that Rick Baker
and I had become friends very early on in the 70s, and he couldn't do the show, so he turned me on to it, said, go talk to Larry, and after that I did 6 pictures for Larry Cohen, and we've been friends for years and years, and of course, as you know, Mary and myself are going to be doing a production with him, which is, I'm going to tell you what it is, a reboot of It's Alive. It's an incredible script. I just read it, but I digress. Back to this. Here we are, God Told Me To, in Blu-ray and in DVD, and this is a special edition, and it's got an interview with yours truly right on here in the special features. Again, this is from Gregory. Gregory, thanks so much. I really appreciate you doing the interview. It was great to have you here at the studio, and I can't wait to take a look. Then this arrived from Matthew Cahill. Matthew, thank you so much. I was really kind of wondering, you know, what is this? And I know you told me that one of these is for Model Man Tom. And Model Man Tom, if you're watching this, you'll see what this is. And this is the gentleman who did the artwork. Martin Lopez is the artist who makes these detailed illustrated profiles. Airplanes, helicopters, ships, tanks, trucks, cars. My kind of guy, because I love this stuff. And we're going to have to get this to roll out a bit here. And here's what Matthew Cahill sent us. This is incredible. Of course, this is Martin Lopez's work. And I really need to go to his website and check out all the other stuff he's done, because this is fine work. Here's all the mission patches for Endeavour, Endeavour's final flight, and I can see really why Matthew wanted me to give one of these to Tom, Model Man Tom, because Tom, you know, actually went to the event and got all the photographs of the Endeavour before it was placed in the museum. This is incredible. I cannot wait to see the other work and get this mounted. This is beautiful work. I mean, the guy is really, really good. The closer I get, I mean, it's photoreal. Incredible. Thank you, Matthew, so much for this. Come on, focus, you big piece of shit. And thank you so much for this, Matthew. I can't wait to get one of these to Model Man Tom, too, who will be here shortly, because, not today, but next week or so, to do some more scenes from Martians Attacks, SNG, which we're going to get back to right now. Well, I actually get to work on the Martian today. Pretty cool, because I got that sequence all done and cut in, and well, I'll show you a little bit of that in a second, but it's time to pull the skin off this guy again. He's sure neat with his eyes in there and eyes wide open and all that kind of stuff, but we need to make everything work. And so now that I have my cable, of course, from Smith Brothers, I got to get in there and start rigging them and attaching them to various points of the face, and we'll actually get to see it work. Alright, if you look down here, you'll see I'm doing this by hand. This is not how, obviously, we're going to control the Martian's expressions. There'll be hookups connected. For now, you can see, if you look up there, let's see if I can find the other one. There it is. These will be attached to the silicone, right? And they go up and down, like that. Or, you know, one can go down and one can go up, so you can go, I kill you! See? And then we got our lip movement here, and the bottom lip movement does the same thing. So when he's talking and the mouth's opening and closing, his lips can be moving, so it looks like he's actually talking. And this is going to control our eyelids. Okay, and I forget what this one does. Oh, this is the one for the lower lip, which it needs some adjustment, but you get the idea. So. Tomorrow we'll get all this stuff hooked down and secured properly, and then we're going to start getting it hooked up to the, I can never find the other, there it is, to the silicone, which you can't glue anything to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some wires like this. You see here how these are? This will snag the foam, the silicone, and make it move. But I'm also going to put some clear silicone caulking material from these onto our silicone skin down here, and that will allow it to move properly. So these are cut loose so that they'll move easily and slide up underneath here. So more on that tomorrow, which is another day. So before I can attach the skin, there's a small detail that I need to address. Teeth. He has teeth, and he has a little tongue, a little bit of pink stuff in there. So what I'm going to do very, very quickly here is take some Chavant clay and sculpt a set of choppers for him and make an alginate mold and pour them up out of a dental acrylic. You know, necessity is the mother of invention, and what I decided to do is remove the clay because it was interfering with the mechanisms that actually move the lips. Really, they should be flush with the underskull. And what you can see I've done here is I've made some teeth with the Dremel tool out of the same white material, which makes sense, the bone, and then I'm going to, of course, paint and make some pink gums and a tongue and all that kind of stuff. But I first start, I'm going to mark off the teeth where they go. I got a basic trace out there so I know what to do with the Dremel tool. Now I can go in the Dremel tool between them and across there and really make these look like teeth. So now I got the pink painted in there, and it really looks like we got a set of choppers. It's really came out really cool. A little bit of a palette you'll never see in there. But what I have to do now, as soon as this pink dries, is define the teeth a little bit better and stain them up a bit. And then we're going to add Mary's vampire teeth. That's right, you heard it first here. He's going to have some long extended vampire teeth. Lots of stuff going on here. We got everything connected in now, and I had to go around this. I had that pole, this mount coming out here, and it moved the jaw so well, but guess what? It was going right into the neck vertebrae, so I had to do this little L around it. You need as much leverage on a hinge point like this as possible. You might say, well, why didn't you just make it in here? The closer you're into the hinge point, the harder it is for the cable to pull. I mean, this is a basic, you know, this is really basic engineering. Give me a lever and I'll move the world. It's true. And so you got to have enough leverage to move that world. And so coming back this far, I'm almost equal distance from here to here. So I have a very good swing. It's very easy to operate. And as soon as the putty sets up in there, I can show it to you. Likewise, everything else is moving very, very well. You see I've got the teeth in, and yes, he's got little vampire teeth, which was Mary's idea. And if we open this up, you can see he's got a tongue in there. And so when mouth opens and closes and he's talking, he's going to have some life to him and not just an underskull. So you can see how well these lip mechanisms work for making the lips move while he's talking. Everything is working really, really well. I'm trying to find the one that opens, there's the eyelids. Here it is. This is the one that opens the mouth. You can see how well that works. And you see he's got a little tongue in there, and I mean, it really works good. I'm so happy because now we can have that going on, and the lips going on, and the mouth opening, and expression in the lips and stuff. It's going to be really, really cool once we get all this hooked up. Success. Interesting stuff on my Facebook page. People saying they're lost and not following, and you know, foam rubber and stuff. Well, I work with foam rubber, and what else was it? Foam and something. Brian, you say, I'm lost. Give me rubber and foam. Well, rubber and foam are kind of the same thing, but I use it all the time. The whole Martian's made out of it. If you watch some of the stuff we're doing, you'll see that I'm making a practical effects Martian puppet with expression, and actually it's got foam rubber or polyurethane foam, and it has silicone, which is new technology, which is really, really good, much better than foam rubber. Then you guys are talking about the tracking shot that Brian Hoplock, sorry, Brian. That was a typo, and then the computer forgets when I save it and keeps it an A, so I have to change it to an O each time. I know how to fix that. But you guys, I just cut in the shot, and this is the one that you're talking about.
we'll go down here and you can see how cool it looks. Here you can see it up there. I won't let you see it while I roll it back. And then I'll run it forward. It's not rendered, so it might jerk a bit. There it is. Look what a great job he did. And mind you, the credits are on difference right now, so that's why they have that look to them, because they're not on a true alpha channel. The actual credits are coming from Brad very soon, and they look much more like this. And they look fine till the minute they go over something. And then the minute we get like over the earth or something, you'll see they start to, because they're on difference. They're not a true alpha channel. But that shot came out really, really good, and Brad's going to do some more stuff for us as well, so I'm looking forward to more of his fantastic work. So one of the things I neglected to do yesterday when I said I was all done with this was, remember the eyes? They have to move, and they're locked in there, and I didn't mean to lock them in there. Oh, there are the eyes. I didn't mean to lock them in there. Until I got the mechanism finished. So now I'm kind of stuck here. So what I'm going to do is I've made this little deal like this to bend this around. I'm going to have one cable over here pulling right and left, and it'll be able to float too. It'll be able to do this. So when I go up and down, the cable attached to that. They don't have to move that much, and then I'll have an up and down one, but I got to get that in here because I don't have the eyes moving, and we need to have the eyes moving. There is so much going on here, it boggles imagination. You can see I think you can just see the two attachment points for the up and down, right and left on the eyes. Now granted, I mean, you know, when we move our eyes in our head, you know, the movements, I mean, how often do you go, whoa, God, look at that, you know? Most of the time we just kind of look at this, look at that, look up and down. The eye movement's very subtle, actually. Not unless you're clean, but he isn't going to get there. So we got a lot of eye movement. It's just what I need, especially for the scene I have where he comes face to face with me. And other than that, you don't see a lot of eye movement. And even then, he's looking right at me. So I think we're good. You know, I could keep playing and playing with this until I drive myself crazy. But I'm going to go ahead and take this whole head like this. You can see all the stuff coming out of it. Luckily, we don't see this alien from the back. And even if we do, I mean, all this stuff's going to be painted green, so and be coming out together. But now this has to go back up on here, and then we can put the skin on. And I can't lock everything down. I cannot silicone everything down and glue it down and have it dry in time for you to see a real test. The movement you're seeing is a result of just friction of these parts here rubbing up against the silicone. It's pretty amazing. Okay, I promised I'd show you that montage sequence. Well, at least part of it anyway. And this is how it went, and this is how it turned out. I could plug this stuff directly into the timeline, but I haven't rendered off this version yet. So you're going to watch it off the screen again. Besides, I don't want you to see it in full high res and stuff. And I'm well aware that when I posted that unlisted video, that some of you out there hacked into my unlisted and started watching the rough cut. Now, you're only shooting yourself in the foot when you do that. I think you're pretty clever, and you are, but I took it off again because you know what? You're not supposed to see it yet. And I got opinions. Yeah, I got opinions on YouTube saying, well, you got to fix this, you got to fix that. Well, if you had known what you were talking about, you would know that it wasn't finished. Hal's taking over again, so let's show you. And I will hold this fairly steady, and we get this reverberation in here from the sound. It's because of the way all these monitors are angled, and I'm really sorry for that because the sound is quite good on this. But here we go. Promise you, here we go. Yes, that is what we do. Still, Oh, there you go, another sneak peek. Hope you enjoyed it. There'll be more. And in fact, one of the Martian puppets done in the alien spaceship, well, the Martian spaceship, the steampunk-looking sort of thing that everyone says, looks like that. It really doesn't. But that's okay. Whatever floats your boat. We're going to do some effect shots with that soon against green screen, coming to Earth, burning through the atmosphere. We're going to do shots of the aliens and my interaction with the alien, the scene on the top of the roof at the end, where it gets angry at me for eating hot dogs because it thinks that there's real dogs in the hot dogs. Long story, you'll get it. And we're going to have enough material to do our real theatrical trailer, which I cannot wait to do. I'll make you a star. No, I'll make him a star. But I've got temporarily, you can see all the stuff coming out, and this will be going out this, straight out the back of the head, which will allow us to move the head. And that'll be painted green. All this will be attached to here. And all the cables at the end to make the head move, the little finger grips. But for now, I've marked this so I know what's what. And the skin's just sitting on there. It is not glued down in any way, shape, or form. And like I said before, you're going to see some friction movement. But you'll actually, if it moves this well without being glued down, well, first of all, jaw. I mean, that really works nice and fast, okay? What do we got here? We got lower lip. So we can have that moving while the jaw's moving. I can't do everything at once because I don't have the handles on it, but you'll get the idea. And let's see, we got the upper lip here somewhere. Upper lip. There's that. So this is the jaw. So when you got the upper lip going and that going, then you get this nice movement here. And when I completely close it, these lips and I push will completely seal like that. So he'll be able to really talk very well. But I really like the way that works. That's the lower lip. Okay, what else we got here? We got the upper lip. We did that. Oh, eyebrows. Now you can barely see these moving because they're not attached. But you get the idea. That's when those are attached, that's going to move a whole bunch more than you're seeing there, and that's going to give it its eye expressions. We got, what is this? These are eyelids, which are not attached either, but you get the idea. Those will be able to pull up and make the eyes open and close. When they're glued on, they'll be able to move right back up and in there and open up his eyes like so, like that. And I got them open like that because now you can see, I think this is, yeah, up and down movement, and eyes, those are lids, oh, eyes right and left, there you go. And we got that, so we got that in combination with the up and down, and they can look pretty much all around. Let's see, where's the eyes? Up and down again. Somewhere, aren't they? Oh, here. Oh, you know, a little bit of that, a little bit of it, a little this and that. You know, you can kind of look down, you can kind of look to the right, look to the left, and so that's really nice. So we've got everything in there, and yes, I did, as stated in the video, forget to hook up the eye mechanism, and it will move better once everything is glued down and this is all secured correctly because it's just kind of floating there. We never see the back of the head. It's in a helmet. The helmet's solid brass on the back and the front's clear. So we're good to go. Of course, you know that the hands move, and I still have to hook up the brass extensions to those, and then we'll be able to hook up the cables to these to make these all move. Right now they're just sort of taped together, but you can see how they move really well, and we'll be able to get some nice movement out of those as well. So next up on this, of course, is to glue down with silicone the various points, and the silicone will stick to silicone at the same time it will stick to the metal and lock it down pretty well. And we should be able to see that. Next couple of days we'll be able to do a real full-on test and have it talk and say, I kill you! Okay? great week. I mean, really cool. I mean, I'm so glad to get that Martian to the point it's at. Now it's all downhill, he says knowingly. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. So we didn't get to the spaceship, but I promise we will next week because I can't wait to start doing effect shots. It's time to start doing some effect shots. We're even going to shoot the end of this movie here on green screen, but you'll believe we're on a rooftop in the middle of Armageddon with the Martians attacking SNG Studio. So more on that next week. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support. You guys have been great. Please go to our website, check out our support page. Also check out our store. And also check out the Enterprise project for the Museum of Science Fiction in Washington, D.C. Thanks so much.